All right, welcome everyone. And the lineup is in. I'm just going to find the lyrics for my song and paste it in chat. Okay, so that's my song. And for me, it was interesting because I think I heard it initially on Lilo and Stitch, the animated version. And then I found the Paul Oakenfold version of it, which is like a dance version. So it's pretty nice in terms of like the beats and stuff. But what I like about it is like there's a bit of meditation concept going on where it talks about like waking up in the morning and before you sleep, you kind of uh, be mindful. Maybe not meditation, but more like mindfulness. And then like you're focusing on things that you want to like to see and you see what you like. So it's almost like looking at flowers in the garden. So yeah, that's my take on it. Any other comments? Don't be shy. And if not, we'll move to the next person's song. Yeah, go ahead, Bree.
I think it's a very fun and upbeat song. And right when the song started playing, I was like, "Oh, I know this song, right?" It's a very famous, song. And I really thought initially rubbernecking. I don't know where or why I thought of this, but I thought it was more like I don't know, like making out or something. So I really appreciate like seeing the video and getting yeah, like this perspective. So yeah, it was a great
Yeah,
video.
yeah, that's interesting. I should also mention that is rubbernecking referring to fighting, as in arguing. And then I was like, I'm thinking of it as like having a head on a swivel, like if you're a boxer, or if you're driving, you're like checking all your mirrors, like left, center, right, and then center, left again, and then you do that every like 7 seconds, because that is something you have to do, right? So um, it's interesting in terms of that concept. Yeah, perfect. If there are no more comments, we'll move to Bree, your song. Feel free to load it up whenever you want. Yeah, that
Yeah.
was an amazing video and
So
music.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
you want
be
to go ahead?
yeah, so I'm gonna be honest. That was my first time seeing that video along with everybody else in the room. I've been obsessed with the song though, ever since it came up on like my random like YouTube, like you would like this song, from my playlist options. So yeah, so very interesting video. Was not expecting that type of video for this kind of song. But yeah, I really like looked more into the meaning of the song before, and Zanzibar is the name of the song. And it was actually the name that the singer's father was the place where the singer's father was born and passed away, I think. So it was like a kind of tribute to him. But I think the song, like overall, it's just more or less like about trusting your instincts, walking out of your comfort zone and, just kind of finding peace and your evolution through like personal growth. And that also, I kind of like picked the song apart and like played with ChatGPT. So ChatGPT helped me out with some of that too. But it was just very interesting. And then the it also gave me some insight that I'll on the visual metaphor for the music video that I'll pop in the chat too if anyone's interested. But yeah, I'm curious to see your guys' thoughts.
Yeah, no, that's so first of all, it's ironic I find it that you use AI to find that video and it has like robotics in it. It kind of reminded me of the movie Chappie and Elysium to a certain extent. or even iRobot. And the robot had that feel. And actually, there was this one scene in the race start too, where it looked like Wally is trying to come to like help this robot either heal or fix itself or something along those lines. But some of the scenes I remember is like I there's this hangar scene, and there's a number at the bottom. I think it's a reverse 44, which I think it's protection. So I found it interesting. And also there was this billboard with the guy, a human face, and it's like dating is hard with humans. So it's like I'm not sure if what it's referring to. Is it referring to like dating as robots, as humans, or it was just so good. And the beat was really nice. It was very like fulfilling. And I've never heard to that artist before, so I'm super excited that you shared that particular music video. And I think I should mention in there, I like the song, especially the lyrics. I see the inner you, and it hurts to let go. Yeah, that's a good one. And then there is one for Kismet, to share it. Yeah, either I or Julie can help you that. No problem. And then you mentioned the visual metaphors and AI in chat. So yeah, perfect. Any other comments on that particular video? Okay. All right. If not, we'll move to the next person in the list, and I believe it's Julie. Go ahead, whenever you're ready.
What was really weird was Dan kept calling it and getting. Sorry, that's a little loud in the background, but yeah, and not a working number. That song, I love Annie Lennox, and I love that song, but it's about the complexities of relationships, and when you're rethinking, what you could have done, the things you didn't say, the things you should have done versus what you didn't do, and how you should have said like. To work things out, you wish you'd taken a different path, the regrets and everything, and emotional betrayal, confusion. We're always asking ourselves why. I don't know if you heard any of that. So, but yeah, emotional betrayal.
I was I have two of them in, so yeah, I was listening. Yeah, emotional regret and all. Yeah, very nice. It was a nice
Yeah.
song, and the thing I like about that particular song was that the why. It has this question, right? Like you say why, and it kind of reminds me of that movie that Steve had shown us, The Lost Horizon, the older version, where they're singing songs, and there's like he's asking her, like as a child, why? Because as a child you have all these questions, and um, you can never have enough whys, which is one way of getting wise. WISE. So I like that for sure. Thank you so much for sharing
Yeah,
that song.
self-reflection.
Yeah, exactly. And this is aside. I don't think it was mentioned in this particular song, but I was thinking about this where like is having too much knowing a good thing or a bad thing? Because you can never truly know everything. Like if it was like a game of pool or billiards, like and you have all these balls, but these balls haven't even shown up on the planet. Like how was the interaction of those future balls going to be based on the interaction of the past balls? So that gets very complicated, I think. So that's another way of looking at it too. Yeah. Any other comments on that particular song? And if not, I will load Maxine's song in. I have it here. And this is Beyond. But I don't have the lyrics. So I think this is like a pictureless lyrics video.
Yeah,
But
that's fine.
I'm not sure. But let me share it.
Can you hear me,
Let's see.
AK?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, good.
I'm gonna load it in now. Unless you have the lyrics, then you can post the lyrics. All right, Maxine, that was your song. You want to go ahead? You're muted if you. Are you still muted? In case you want to say anything right now.
Should I be having trouble unmuting again? I want
Yeah,
to
it's
refresh.
okay. So I'll. Yeah, I like that song. I'm not 100% sure if it's from a movie. Um, but I think it was referring to imagination, and the video was a static image, and it had like almost like this Thousand Nights Arabian Nights feel to it. And there's like these notes on the side which had melody, so it was interesting. Um, but if it's in a movie, then I might want to watch the movie because that makes me a bit more curious as to where they applied that song. Because usually songs are from an older movie or something along those lines. Yeah, any other comments on that particular song? Okay, if not, we'll move on to the next person in the queue. It's Aisha. Feel free to load it in. And I think it's. Okay, that was a good song. So Aisha, you have anything to say? Since it's your song, you can go ahead.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, great. Yeah, sorry, I'm just walking on my way home, but yeah, I like the song because well, it's catchy, but the main reason is after I read the lyrics in more detail, because normally I just listen to songs and like to listen to what's catchy or is just has good melody or tunes, but after reading the lyrics, I was like, oh, this is all about life. And it seems like in the video, she's running either towards something or away from something. And it's almost like they're talking about the end and whether or not you'd be accepting of it or not, and whether it's all a lie. But is it a lie? Who knows? So, yeah, that's kind of what I wrote. I said it's about living life. I'm accepting the end, which may all just be a lie, because who knows what the end is really like. Muhahaha. That's my take on it.
Yeah. I like the first line. It says, "Sure, it's calming notion, perpetual in motion." It's almost like a paradox where it's like it's calm, but it's in motion. So it's like, how is that even possible? Is it because like it's like one of those things like like you have those 3D glasses where you're wearing them and um, the left side is polarized and the right side is polarized, so it allows you to see like two different images at the same time, and that's what gives it that 3D effect. So even though it's not moving, it's in motion. And yeah, it was interesting. It's almost felt like a cult like video towards the middle there. uh,
That's
so
true.
yeah,
But
I found that
I think
fascinating.
I think that was kind of showing like, because all of a sudden there's this ramp up in the song, and then it kind of breaks down and there's a pause. It almost seems like in the video that what they're trying to match is that she has passed away, because then all of a sudden you see all these people in white clothing So I wonder like if that's what they're trying to portray there, but yeah.
Yeah, cool. Any other takes on that particular song? Okay, if not, we'll move on to Steve's song. I This one has the lyrics inside. I'll load it in. All right, Steve, go ahead. That was your
Yeah.
song.
Well, that was Peter, Paul, Mary, and this was during the civil rights movement of the '60s, and it's a call for the end of prejudice and fighting and war and everything else. And I think the hammer is uh, just wants to fix, wants to straighten things out. Very, I love this song.
Yeah, I like that song too. What I found fascinating is, people say like if you only have a tool, whether it's a hammer, you just use hammer for everything. But it's not as fine as um, another tool like a chisel or something. Um, so it's interesting, like you have to use the tools that you have, which could also refer to the abilities or the skill. And you can make something beautiful out of a hammer as well, because every tool has its own specific use, but sometimes you can find unique ways of using certain tools if you don't have
Steve, can you
access
hear
to
me?
other tools. So that's very fascinating.
Can anybody
So
hear
yeah,
me?
thanks for
Yes,
sharing that.
Maxine. Sorry.
Hello?
I can hear you, Maxine.
Can anybody hear me?
Oh, it sounds bad though.
Yeah, I can hear you. But there's a bit
Can you
of an
hear me?
echo maybe. Yep.
Hello?
Maxine, can you hear us?
I don't think she can hear us.
Okay, it sounds pretty bad. It sounds like she turned into the robot from your music video.
I'm gonna write a message to try to refresh.
Okay. Sorry about that. Carry on.
Any other comments on that particular video?
Steve, my dad liked it.
Thanks.
Steve, can you hear me at all? Hello?
Maxine,
Can you hear me? You can hear me? I, s- yeah, you can hear me. Yes, yes, yes.
Jack.
Okay. Steve, yeah. Now I can hear you, Julie. Say something again.
Something? Can you hear me?
Say something.
Yeah, I said something. Can you hear me?
Okay, good.
Refresh.
Yeah, Steve, I really like the choice. Yeah, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Steve, can you hear
Can you
Maxine?
hear me?
Yeah, I can hear it, but yeah,
Yes,
Distorted.
I can hear you.
yeah, it's kind of muffled. Oh,
Can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can hear you.
He can hear you, Maxine. It's just distorted.
Would you like to add any more comments, Maxine? Then after that, we can go to the next video.
Is it broke up? Is it copy?
Yeah. You sound like a robot.
Can anybody else hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, I can hear you. It sounds like a robot or a distorted alien.
Can you hear me?
You might want to turn off your video. It might help. And if not, you can put it in chat and I can read what you have to say.
You can hear me now? It's clear?
No, it's not clear.
Can you hear me now? All right. Well, I just wanted to say that the lyrics to that song.
Um,
I'm up? Wait, can I go next? I didn't know I was in the line.
Yeah, you can go ahead whenever you're ready.
Okay. Let me find one. The next person can go. I'll go after the this one. Let me go find
Okay,
something
sure.
good.
No worries. I'll load mine in. Just finding the lyrics. Okay, so that was my second song. And yeah, it was interesting one for myself because I've heard it long, long time ago. And I like I was watching Supernatural, and there's like last couple of seasons have been like all like angel based, and this song was kind of reminding me of that, where like it's almost like this swan and angel mix, um, and like talks about this golden women don't touch the ground, which is like this aspect of heaven and earth never meeting. So I found that fascinating, and this aspect of if I could grant a wish and it would be a shining jewel and then to deserve you. So it's almost like this need for the angel to reach heavenly body and vice versa. So yeah, that's my take on that particular song. Any other comments on that one? If not, we'll head to Jack's song.
He left.
Oh, he had an issue. Okay, no worries. Um, if not, we'll move to Steve's song. If there are no more comments. I will just grab that one from the link.
And I think that's a very good idea, Mother. A very good idea.
Yes, it is a good idea, isn't it?
I don't think I shall ever be afraid again.
Good.
The result of this deception is very strange to tell. For when I fool the people I fear, I fool myself as well.
Go rope!
Steve, that was your song.
Yeah, that was from The King and I, and Deborah Carr. She's gone to she become the teacher for the King of Siam's children, and her son's along with him, and he's afraid, of this new place of people, and she's giving him advice on to handle it. Just whistle a happy tune. Don't show people you're afraid, and they won't take advantage of you. But if you're afraid and they're afraid, then it's a problem. So I like that song.
Yeah, that's a good song and a good saying. I usually hum, which is because I don't know how to whistle. But the part about shaking in the boots in the start was interesting because um, like the emotion you feel in the head, it goes all the way to the leg, uh, which is maybe talking about this energetic bodies, right? The chakras, um, that they might not be flowing either from the crown to the root or vice versa. So that's another interesting way of looking at it. And I haven't watched this movie, so now I have to watch another movie. But it was interesting. Like there was like this Egyptian pharaoh-like um, dress up in the towards the end of the song. So I wonder if there's a relationship between that and Egyptian scenes and stuff like that. So that would be nice to see. Any other comment on that particular video? And if not, Elizabeth, if you like to go, load your song in. Um, since you are
I
back.
didn't mean to cut you off in the beginning.
One cycle, two cycles, three cycles. Like, how many different apocalypses do you have to go through? Again, it's interesting because I was referring to supernatural in that last song that I presented to deserve you with the flowers and the feathers and all. So if you think of it from supernatural terms, Sam and Dean have probably faced many, many different apocalypses in like different worlds and different times. So, um, yeah, it's like how many end of the worlds do you need under your belt? Yeah, go ahead, Aisha, and then Julie.
I was just gonna say that, or maybe they have to keep repeating it to make themselves feel good that they're accepting it.
Mm. Go ahead, Julie.
I was gonna say maybe this is prophetic. This is Elizabeth's channeled message. It's the end of the world as we know it. And it's like, darn that Chuck, he can just keep writing like any ending he wants, right? I don't know, sorry. Give it away if you haven't seen Sam and Dean like all the way through. I definitely don't think it's the end of the world. But what I was thinking about while he was singing it, and I've been listening to them since I was a teenager, was kind of like the little deaths. The little moments of chaos or forgiveness, or that aspect of letting go, and big T or little T, big trauma, little trauma. I mean, every move we make, every decision, there's there's this idea that we're in charge somehow. We get to decide how to react at some level. So if it's the end of the world, I mean,
truly, it's not. But if it were, if that were literal, why would I freak out? What the hell would that do? You know what I mean? It's like at a big scale and on a smaller scale. If I can say it's the end of the world because I finally learned that releasing is actually a form of abundance, then I would go through that several times before it would probably be a calmer part of my reality. So like little deaths, little endings that bring about like just a feeling of completion.
Yeah, and it's interesting you mentioned if you think about it in terms of tarot cards, um, I think the last card is the world card, and it's not driven. Most of the decks I've seen have not drawn in a way where it shows completion. It actually shows a portal to another dimension or another world. So maybe a start of another cycle because the end is the beginning. Um, but maybe you're not starting off as a fool this time. So you have a little more oomph, I guess, or groundedness, similar to Steve's song, where he's kind of conquering fear, right? And his boots and his feet in his boots are not shaking as much anymore. Uh, Almost the saying of you have now grown a bigger pair of boots or something along those lines. Yeah. Any other comments on that particular song? If not, Julie, you can play yours. Characters, um, almost like sigil work. So
Yeah.
that's interesting. But I like how they did the thing in the hand where they have like a two-dimensional structure and they're like moving it back and forth. Um, so maybe it's not like a mudra, but something in between. Um, and that's fascinating too, because
Yeah.
yeah,
Like you're stuck in some type of limbo or something, or like in between. You don't like you used to know where you were, but now you're lost in a way.
yeah, but that's also like this cocoon stage, right, for your next step. So,
We could
but now
call
that
it
makes.
like, yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
Actually, now I think about it, yeah, you could call it like it makes me think of transformation.
Yeah, but I was now trying to picture what card in the tarot deck would embody transformation.
Death.
Yeah. Or the tower too.
Yeah, tower or even the hangman can be considered like changing mindset, you know.
Yeah,
There's quite a few.
fascinating.
Yeah.
Cool. Nice. So I think we have played almost 2 songs from everyone here. So we can head out early unless anyone have any comments to add.
Oh, this was
Maybe.
fun. I'm glad I had to run out to pick up a kid, so I'm glad you guys are still going. This was fun.
Yeah, no worries. Thank you for joining us and sharing us your song.
Absolutely.
All right. Take
Thanks,
care, everyone.
everyone.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Good night.